Hello again, welcome to my channel. Today we will be discussing about RTI Act 2005. This legislation may be termed as one of the rarest legislation in the Indian legal history which provides for setting out the practical regime of right to information for citizens to secure access to information under the control of public authorities and in order to promote transparency and accountability in the working of every public authority. The constitution of a Central Information Commission or CIC and State Information Commissions or SICs and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. Okay, starting it with the basic introduction of RTI, whose right it is and what information we can extract from RTI, as well as information from whom and information for what purpose, and finally we will be discussing about how to get information under RTI. I will give you an example of RTI application. Okay, starting it off with what is RTI. The Right to Information Act 2005 is applicable to all constitutional authorities, including the executive, legislature, and judiciary, any institution or body established or constituted by an act of parliament or a state legislature. It is an act of Parliament of India to provide for setting out the practical regime of right to information for citizens. Jammu and Kashmir has its own act called Jammu and Kashmir Right to Information Act 2009. Information disclosure in India was restricted by the Official Secrets Act 1923 and various other special laws which the new RTI Act now relaxes. This act was enacted by Parliament of India on 15th June 2005 and same was commenced on 12th October 2005. Guys, remember this is very important date, 12th October 2005. Citation, this is the Act number 22 of 2005. So what we have to remember is that the date 12 October 2005 and the citation number, that is Act number 22 of 2005. This act is applicable to all of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, what are the objectives of RTIs? The major objective is to empower the citizens, to give powers to citizens to access the information from government authorities, to promote transparency so that the corruption can be removed, or accountability in the working of the government which contains corruptions, make our democracy work for the people in real sense, as well as inform citizen about government activities. Also to keep necessary visual on the instruments of governance. The Right to Information Act, the RTI 2005, is applicable to all constitutional authorities including the executive, legislature and judiciary, and any institution or body established or constituted by an act of parliament or a state legislature. This act is not applicable in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and private bodies are also not included in this act, and only individual can file RTI application. Next is structure of RTI. The right to information in India is governed by two major bodies at state level and at organization level, or I would say at central level. Central Level Commission CIC, Chief Information Commissioner, who heads all the central departments and ministries with their own public information officers, PIOs. CICs are directly under the President of India. At state level, State Information Commissions, State Public Information Officers or SPIOs, heads over all the state departments and ministries. The SPIO's office is directly under the corresponding state governors. One more thing, state and central information commissioners are independent bodies, and Central Information Commission has no jurisdictions over the State Information Commission. Okay, there are some legal terms in RTI Act. Information is defined as information is any material in any form, including records, documents, memos, emails, opinions, advice, press release, circulars, orders, logbooks, contracts, reports, papers, samples, models, data material held in any electronic form, and information relating to any private body which can be accessed by public authority under any other laws for a time being in force. What information we can extract from public authorities are inspection of works, documents and records, taking notes, extracts or certified copies of documents or records. Third is taking certified sample of materials and obtaining information in the form of CDs, floppies, tape, videos, cassettes, or in any other electronic mode or through printouts where such information is stored in a computer or in any other devices. Okay, there were some controversies in RTI Act that some provisions of Indian Evidence Act provides to hold the disclosure of documents. Under these provisions, head of department may refuse to provide information on affairs of state and only severing that it is a state secret will entitle not to disclose the information. In a similar manner, no public officer shall be compelled to disclose communications made to him in official confidence. Examples: the Atomic Energy Act 1912, which provides that it shall be an offence to disclose information restricted by the central government. Next is the Central Civil Services Act, which says a government servant not to communicate or part with any official documents except in accordance with a general or special order of government. Third is the Official Secret Act 1923, which says that any government official can mark a document as confidential to prevent its publication. Okay, how to get information? To get information from public officers, you just have to write an email or write a letter uh, addressing the public information officers. The language can be Hindi, English, or any official language uh, mentioned in Constitution of India. 10 rupees fees, application fee. Okay, you can file RTI online also. You can file the RTI application online with 431 public authorities through a new government portal. Okay, ये जो है portal rti.online.government.in request.php. Okay, let's write an application to a public officer. You should write your name, top of the letter, and address, then the address of the secretary to whom you are trying to access information. Okay, I am writing to this letter to the secretary of Village Panchayat Binderpada, mentioning the subject information under RTI Act 2005. Okay, my subject itself says that kindly provide following information under RTI Act 2005 with regard to expenditure incurred by Panchayat for financial year 2018-19. Okay, I want to know three information from them. First is ward-wise money spent on drainage with names of contractor who has executed the work. Second, ward-wise money spent on roads with name of contractor who has executed the work. And third is provide certified copies of work orders and inspection reports of engineers of all above work. And finally, write required fee will be paid for issue of certified copies. My name, my place, and the date of letter, your date of post. Okay, finally come to conclusion. The enactment of the Right to Information Act 2005 makes a noteworthy attempt to streamline the working of the public authorities in respect of providing information to the people. The authorities will require being technology savvy, alert, and need to imbibe in them the not before attitude of being answerable to the citizen. The public authorities will now require tightening their belts so as to serve the people and truly contribute to the information technology era. As for the citizens, this act makes them aware of their one of the constitutional right to information, and gives them the opportunity to exercise in good faith. Thank you very much for listening this lecture.